Here with Steve Kyler, Basketball Insiders. I'm CineSport's Noah Coslov. So the Clippers been playing good ball without Blake Griffin, been out with that torn quad, 11-3 without him since December 26th. Now, according to ESPN, Mark Stein, Ramona Shelburne, he's got a hand injury that's going to keep him out for weeks in a team-related incident. Who'd he punch, Steve?
I'm going to go, I think that it was a hard foul from DeAndre Jordan. That's where I'm going to go. I don't think it was a punch, but the wording of team-related incident certainly is peculiar. Will be interesting to see what the real story on this one is.
I'm thinking maybe they were playing Bloody Knuckles, that card game they used to play as kids, and someone got him good.
Whacking each other with rulers.
Yeah.
Somebody's hand got closed in a door.
Yeah. How does this, though, impact what's going on with the Clippers on the floor? I mean, they've won 11 of the 14 without him. They haven't really played many good teams, so how does this impact them?
Well, if you look at how they were playing when Blake was on the roster and was active, they weren't very good. They had a lot of dysfunction. They were losing some teams. 3 was kind of a crowd, and moving Blake out, now you've kind of seen the Clippers be a little more up-tempo. Spacing is better. You're seeing J.J. Redick getting better looks. I don't want to say they don't need Blake Griffin, because certainly to be a contender and to really challenge in the Western Conference, they need what Blake is, and that's an MVP caliber talent. But I think when you look at how the Clippers have been playing without Blake Griffin, you know, it's been better basketball. I think everyone involved would have liked to have seen Blake get reintegrated to that and start to make a run, because you've got 40-something games left and you want to start to get some continuity. But I don't think they're going to take a huge step backwards like some teams would take losing Blake, because they figured out how to play without him. I just don't know how successful they'll be going forward in terms of the postseason if they can't get him integrated for at least 20, 25 games this season.
It's strange, Steve, because when they had lost Chris Paul last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was, that the team played better. And then they lose Blake and the team plays better. And I thought maybe that they would try to explore trades for Blake last year, but Steve Ballmer owns the team, and Blake is such a big star, and might be difficult moving him from L.A. But so speaking of the trade deadline, does this impact what they might do or what they can do?
Well, what they can do is the real problem. What do they really have to trade when you consider how much is tied up in Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan? You know, you've got guys like J.J. Redick, but he's been huge for you. You could trade a Jamal Crawford. He's got that ending contract, but you need him now for the scoring punch off the bench. What else do the Clippers really have? They don't have a lot of those end-of-the-bench kind of mid-salary guys that can make some change. You know, they did open up the roster spot trading away Josh Smith, so they are one of those teams that could pick up a guy that does a buyout or pick up somebody who's basically given away at the trade deadline. But the Clippers don't have a lot of attractive options to offer another team. What they've got to hope is that somebody falls by the wayside or somebody gets really desperate to move something that might matter to the Clippers. It's just a case of not having enough assets.
Steve Kyler, Basketball Insiders. It's a fascinating story. It might be one of those stories where the media knows, but then the media never actually says what happened. But
if I find out, I'm going to let you know.
All right, he's Steve Kyler, BasketballInsiders.com. Good talking to you. Thanks, Steve.